Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, a flash flood emergency in Massachusetts and lots of rain to come for the Northeast tomorrow. But we'll get into all of that and Lee, which is totally unrelated to what's been happening, but will eventually make that turn north. Looks like it'll go up into parts of Canada, but the wind field will be wide. So New England watching closely. Also, new developments overnight on the escaped killer in Pennsylvania. There are new reports that he was spotted and that he is now armed with a rifle. You'll see that and so much more right here on GMA.
Ahead the next hour, GMSA ex-Bexar County Constable Michelle Barrientos Vela back in court after her appeal gets moved to Bexar County. The latest in the case and why it was originally in El Paso. Plus, people living in District 4 wondering why criminals aren't facing consequences for their crimes. Their frustration at Monday's town hall meeting and why they are upset with the district attorney's office. And up next, a bizarre manhunt in Pennsylvania takes another turn. Why law enforcement hasn't caught a convicted killer who's still on the run. Checking TransGuide, wet roads up in the Texas Hill Country after overnight showers and storms. We see some evidence of that on I-10 out in Kerrville right now. Those trucks and cars picking up rooster tails from those overnight showers. Will they make it to San Antonio at all this morning for the morning commute? We'll talk to Mike and Steven coming up. This morning on GMSA, a Northside ISD trustee arrested on suspicion of DWI will stay on the school board. We'll look at why in just minutes. Plus,
my consciousness started to get harder to hold on to, and I reached the point that I was like, I'm not going to live.
The American researcher trapped underground for nearly 2 weeks in Turkey is free. What he's saying now about that dramatic rescue.
Some of you are waking up to showers and storms early this morning, but here in town, still dry as a bone. Are we going to see a continuation of a drop in afternoon temperatures? Mike Osterhage is standing by with your Tuesday forecast.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there. Good morning. It is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday. It is September 12th.
Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us on this Tuesday morning. Mark, good to see you back from vacation.
Hi. Good to be back from vacation.
Yeah, you look nice and tan. He goes on a 7-day cruise. I'm super jealous.
Rested and relaxed, but back up and at 'em this morning.
And Mike, it's been so nice to have not a triple-digit temp yesterday. It almost felt like it's crazy that we're saying 98 degrees is nice and cool.
Yeah, you know, the 97, which is usually historically the hottest time of the year in early August, you could walk outside and didn't feel like you're, getting hit by the broilers.
Right.
So we're going to be in that neighborhood again today. Still 5 degrees above normal, but sure beats the hundreds and 104s and 105s and everything. This is the I-10 and 410 camera looking out to the northwest. There's a medical center on the left-hand side of your screen, and road is dry out there. We do have those few showers out in portions of the hill country. This thing was really going earlier this morning. Had this very distinct line of red, some very heavy rain out right around Junction, a lot of lightning strikes, and it has been continuing to sort of fizzle on out and almost working its way straight to the east right now. Seems to be taking a bit of a turn to the left right there, and just a couple leftover showers there around Kerrville, around Fredericksburg, parts of Gillespie County, Bandera County, but as you see, that's pretty much about it. If one or two of these little showers out ahead of it make it into Bexar County, okay, possibility, but really doesn't look like that's going to happen. Just kind of keep that in mind, especially if you're on the northwest side of town, for one or two of those light little showers, but it's not very likely. 79 degrees, been holding steady the past couple of hours. 69 now in Kerrville, a little bit of rain cooled the air, mid 70s, Hill Country 80, Canyon Lake, as well as Castroville, Stinson. Mold is on the moderate side, and throughout the rest of today, we are going to warm up into the 80s throughout the morning hours, 88 at noon. Nice to not be in the 90s at noon. 90 at 1 o'clock, so just about the normal high temperature in early afternoon. And then, like I said, we are going to get up into the mid-upperish 90s later on today. Still 5 above normal, but 96 ain't bad. Pardon the grammar. And still a 20% chance for a stray shower to just here or there. Not a great shot, kind of like what we had around here yesterday. Pretty much the same situation tomorrow and Thursday. Then Friday, that's when rain chances definitely pick up, especially later on Friday, overnight into Saturday. All those details, closer look at the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Stephen, any problems?
Not at this hour, Mike. We see minor things that are popping up, but nothing major that would slow folks down this early in the morning. Let's get a quick look around town. There's US 90 at General McMillan, one of the busier shots from TransGuide. You already see traffic picking up out there. And 37 at Loop 410, definitely a busy commute for a lot of folks that are waking up and heading out the door. Always expected as we get closer to morning rush, especially as we start the 6 a.m. hour. Check out the traffic that's coming at your screen at I-10 there at I-35, and these cameras are going fast. There's I-10 at Kerrville West. That is a shot that we have been showing you, which shows that pretty much the conditions out there are pretty wet for drivers. So be on the lookout as your commute does get moving. Now, we still have this stall that's been reported at Loop 410 northbound at I-35. It's not really caused any issues, and I'm not really too concerned about it, but we want you to be aware if you have to travel through there maybe a little bit later this morning. You may see some flashing lights. Could be a TxDOT Hero truck, so just be on the lookout. But that same trend does continue back here into town. I-10 westbound at Frio Street, we do have another stalled vehicle reported. So as a friendly reminder, check those vehicles before your commute does get moving. Last place you want to be stranded at is along the roadway this dark and early in the morning. But the wide view of the map doesn't show anything else happening. We do have one crash that may have popped up near State Highway 16, Bandera Road. You could see it there on our map near Leon Valley. We'll find out how that impacts the drive, but doesn't seem to be impacting the main lanes of traffic. As we take a look at these travel times, you see here the journey from I-10 westbound along Seguin, or coming in from Seguin, I should say, is 28 minutes. 33 minutes along 87 northbound if you're heading in from Lavernia. And for our friends in Floresville, it's a 29-minute commute to get here to the Alamo City. But back here on TransGuide, smooth commute, just getting busier. We'll keep a close eye on things, and I'll have another update for you coming up a little bit later on. Mark.
Thank you, Stephen. A Northside ISD trustee arrested on suspicion of DWI will stay on the school board. Last night, trustees announced the board does not have the authority to remove Dr. Carla Duran. The District 3 trustee was arrested during a traffic stop earlier this month. Duran shared a statement with KSAT last week saying in part she is, quote, fully committed to continuing to serve the Northside ISD community.
KSAT cameras were in court Monday as Michelle Barrientos Vela returned to Bexar County. The ex-constable is appealing her felony conviction for tampering with records. Her case was moved to an appeals court in El Paso to balance court dockets. But then it was moved back here over questions about whether the trial record was complete. So looking back, there were multiple court reporters working Barrientos Vela's case. It was also moved between trial courts and had numerous hearings.
We need to confirm that there was nothing in the 379 that was heard or transcribed that also needs to be supplemented.
Barrientos Vela faces 90 days in jail pending the outcome of her appeal. She is on probation through early January of 2028. And according to our court record, she has followed the terms of her community supervision.
6:06 in your other morning headlines. Police in Pennsylvania still hunting for escape killer Danilo Cavalcante. And after reports of a new sighting, they say he might now be armed with a rifle. The convicted killer has slipped through police lines more than once, leaving authorities to defend their strategy and continue the manhunt. Latest images captured on doorbell video shows Cavalcante now clean-shaven, wearing different clothing. Despite their initial perimeter, investigators say he slipped past them and stole an unlocked van.
No perimeter is 100% secure. It's not a wall. It doesn't have a ceiling. We will ultimately capture him. He doesn't have what he needs to last long term.
The suspect apparently contacted a former co-worker who called police, but by the time officers showed up, he was gone.
Now to the landmark antitrust case against Google. It's going to trial today. So Google is accused of stifling competition and creating an online monopoly. The implications go far beyond Google and to the growing artificial intelligence market. The trial is expected to last through November, and a decision is not expected until next year.
Happening today, the CDC voting on recommendations for new COVID vaccine boosters. The FDA authorized and approved updated boosters yesterday. This comes amid rising cases and hospitalizations across the country. The boosters made by Pfizer and Moderna and are formulated to target variants that are currently going around. Well, this morning, an American researcher trapped for nearly 2 weeks in a cave over in Turkey is now free.
As ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports, he's now talking about the incredible rescue and what it was like to see daylight again.
It is amazing to be above ground again.
American cave explorer Mark Dickey speaking overnight about this dramatic moment, finally being hoisted to safety. He spent 12 long days trapped in a Turkish cave after falling severely ill more than 3,400 feet below the surface, unable to ascend. Dickey now describing his harrowing struggle for survival.
My consciousness started to get harder to hold on to, and I reached the point that I was like, I'm not gonna live.
ABC's Marcus Moore reporting from the scene, rescuers behind him emerging with Dickey.
You can see Mr. Dickey there with that thermal blanket wrapped around him. This was a delicate operation, a delicate mission, one that took a lot of manpower and a lot of planning.
More than 150 rescuers teamed up, spending days beneath the surface, giving Dickey life-saving medical intervention for gastrointestinal bleeding, including a blood transfusion, all more than a half-mile underground. Then, beginning the treacherous journey, pulling Dickey, sometimes vertically, through the complex cave system on a stretcher, traversing narrow, winding passageways, even as the cave flooded with 3 feet of water.
It's been one hell of a crazy adventure, but I'm on the surface safely. I'm still alive.
Back above ground, Dickey grateful for the light at the end of the tunnel.
I gotta tell you, I don't know what to say. This is overwhelming. This is a first.
Make it a last.
Make it a last time too. Thank you.
Look at that smile. Dickey was flown by helicopter to a hospital where he is now recovering. And his parents, in a statement, thanking rescuers for the tremendous effort to save their son. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
6:10, 78 degrees.
It may not feel like fall, but the tastes of the season are all around us. After the break, some of the KSAT crew takes a bite to share if some of the new treats, if they're worth the hype.
Man, I missed out on that.
Yeah, you go on vacation for 7 days and we eat fall treats here.
That's it. I'm not leaving again. Just kidding. Okay, outside with Lycan, waiting for the sun to come up on a Tuesday morning. Glad you're with us here on GMSA.
I'm Lee Waldman, and I love pumpkin spice.
Hi, I'm Daniela.
I like pumpkin spice lattes.
Hi, my name's Priscilla.
I like pumpkin spice cold brew.
Hey guys, I'm Nick Mantis.
I like pumpkin pie.
My name is Patty Santos.
I like pumpkin bread.
Hi, I'm RJ Marquez.
Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.
Hi, I'm Avery Everett, and I don't consume pumpkin spice products that much. I guess that's gonna change.
Pumpkin spice sandwich cookie.
Definitely feels like you need a coffee in hand. 10 out of 10.
Oh my gosh.
This is perfect.
This is like a core memory unlocked for me. I used to eat Pop-Tarts all the time.
This is not bad.
It just tastes like cinnamon sugar. Is it supposed to have pumpkin flavor?
It doesn't even taste like pumpkin anything.
It's honey nut with a different label. Don't let them fool you. Yeah, I don't think I like it.
It tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Pumpkin spice hot cocoa. Okay.
Oh, that's really good. There's like a hint. That's actually really good.
I'm a coffee guy, and this is not really the same thing, but I'll give this a solid 6.
Sounds like Lee likes pumpkin spice.
A little bit. I had to go get groceries yesterday after being, gone for the week, and oh my gosh, H-E-B has
pumpkin explosion.
The Halloween stuff is everywhere, and then the pumpkin spice is like on every end cap and corner and middle display, and I mean stuff that you never thought would be PSL is now PSL flavored.
Marketing.
Pumpkin spice.
It's now going by an acronym, PSL.
Yeah, it's been like that for years now.
Mike.
Yeah, catch up, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
6:15 on your.
Steven, I know you like PSLs, right?
Well, I like apple crisp macchiatos. Those are really great. Actually, that may be in my forecast, maybe later today. We can make some. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get a look at traffic. If you're on your way to grab your PSL, there is a stall vehicle along I-10. This is a shot at the Y, so just be on the lookout. Look at all that traffic that's building in the eastbound lanes. A lot of folks waking up, getting the day started, so just be on the lookout. Stall detected in the westbound lane, so we're not seeing a delay with traffic, but you're seeing a lot more of it based on what we were able to show you at TransGuide. Taking a wide view of the map, not a whole lot else is happening. That crash does appear to be minor, so we're going to go ahead and clear that from our screen. It's not impacting the main lanes of traffic. traffic. But something that will impact your commute is a drilling work here along State Highway 151 over on the west side of San Antonio. This begins today around 9 this morning, takes us all the way to the end of the work week until 3 in the afternoon. Turnaround closures in both directions at Hunt Lane. So you can scan this QR code. We have a full list of all the other closures happening in and around our area, including more work along Loop 1604. We'll have that for you coming up a little bit later. But for right now, just drive safe as you get your commute rolling.
I'm trying to find what on HEB was. I was like, they made that into pumpkin spice too, but I don't see anything jump out. It's all normal stuff, you know, like creamer and
creamer's good,
and treats and stuff like
Those
that.
Those pumpkin Pop-Tarts looked interesting.
Yeah, that was maybe one of the ones that jumped out at me too.
There's nothing like those pumpkin orange cookies though from HEB.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
basically just dyed shortbread
I love
cookies.
what you're talking about.
Oh,
I smell what you're cooking.
It's like, because it's like they do the same thing with the Christmas cookies.
Yes.
And they're great.
But it also reminds you of your childhood.
Yes.
That's right.
Some milk.
There is a
Comfort.
nostalgic connection to some of this for many folks.
Pack your pumpkin spice stick in your lunchbox today.
Save that 5 times fast.
74 degrees, couple of little showers left over off to the northwest. I really doubt we see anything here in town. Everything's continuing to sort of fall apart as we speak. And the 96 high temperature, let's hear a whoop whoop for 96.
Whoop, whoop.
It's still 5 above normal, and a couple of showers, a couple of storms possible, not very likely. Now look outside over there by 410 on the northwest side, looking out past the medical center. Nothing is showing up right now. We do have some of these showers out there. Again, in the hill country, everything continues to just sort of fizzle on out. We had just a few of these, even as close by as Bandera, a couple little sprinkles on Kerrville. If you're going out 10, you're going to run into some damp roads out there. But when you look at the big picture, there almost seems to be a bit of a counterclockwise circulation, and this is starting to just kind of work its way almost straight to the east, and that's why these are fizzling on out and continuing to stay further up there to the north. Yeah, a couple little sprinkly showers left over here or there, but no big deal. Pretty much the same situation. Looks like it's going to occur tonight, and then even tomorrow evening going into Thursday morning. Now, yesterday, 97 degrees. Boy, that felt absolutely amazing. Look, we're so happy about being at 97, but it just didn't feel like you were stepping under the broiler, which was very nice. 96 today. Maybe a couple of spots in your backyard could be touching 100. It's forecast around Castroville as well as Elmendorf, but we'll finally be staying below triple digits for the most part throughout much of the area all the way through the week. So what's going on? The high is sliding down there to the southwest, weakening a little bit, and there's that big trough up there around the Great Lakes. Obviously a very fall pattern coming in from Canada in the northern tier of the United States. So it's kind of the shoving match going on here. The front is sort of, notice how these upper level wind lines are moving straight west to east. So there's nothing really pushing this front on through. So it's just sort of lying across the area right now. Now that's the focal point for a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms here and there. That's going to be the case through Thursday. Then by Friday, another trough is developing up there to the north. That's going to give that front a little bit more of a shove coming in here Friday, and especially Friday night into Saturday. So that's going to give us that better chance for some rain. And then also we'll have slightly lower temperatures as we go into Saturday as well as Sunday, down closer to a normal low. Today we are going to make it up to 96, 94 tomorrow. We have a little bit of a peak in temperatures there on Thursday, 97 degrees, and still on the above normal side. The better chance of rain is going to be later Friday, overnight into Saturday. The exact timing of when that wants to move on through, still a little bit up in the air as of right now. So whether it affects Friday Night Football, that's still a jury out on that, but plan on having an umbrella for that as of right now, in the 92s over the weekend.
Love seeing the low 90s. It's like the new 70s here in San Antonio.
Yeah, I was taking the trash out yesterday. It's like, oh my gosh, I can actually, you're not just like, when
You're not melting
outside.
immediately. Yeah. You melt like at least 10, 20 minutes later. Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. 621, 79 degrees.
Just ahead, a 12-year-old boy in Florida describing how he jumped into action to save a drowning adult in a pool last week. The heart-pounding rescue, that's in your GMA First Look.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a heart-pounding rescue.
I really feel really proud of myself.
Watch as 12-year-old Austin McMillan saves his therapist, Jason Paquette, from drowning in a Florida pool last week. Paquette tried to see how long he could hold his breath underwater, the 12-year-old looking on and eventually noticing something was wrong.
He was underwater, and I was like, that's way too long. He cannot do that.
Just so grateful to be alive and that he stepped up in a time where I would have died if he didn't step up.
Paquette regaining consciousness just as Austin's dad arrived home and called 911.
When I first got the call from my husband, I almost felt like I couldn't speak. My whole body locked up.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of Austin's story and the surprising way he learned CPR. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, Apple debuting its new lineup of iPhones today. And for the first time ever, these new phones will have a USB-C charging port. The company could also announce new versions of its Apple Watch and AirPods.
And a new webcam is perfect for show and tell. Reach is designed with an arm, making remote meetings more interactive. So Logitech will crowdfund the camera, and it's expected to cost between $300 and $400.
The new Xbox MasterCard is launching next week. Cardholders can earn points on purchases that can later be redeemed for games in the Microsoft Store. It's only available to Xbox insiders in the U.S. for right now, but will open to everyone sometime next year.
627 and 79 degrees.
It's a big day for Bexar County Commissioners Court. They're voting on the huge budget still ahead at 6:30. Why some say there are still problems with it.
I know we just got through the triple digits, so it's something that most people aren't thinking about. But if you want a fall vegetable garden, it's not too late if you plant now. We have a master gardener in the KSAT garden who's going to help us plant fall tomatoes and broccoli. We'll show you how when we come back. This morning on GMSA, people living in District 4 are wondering why criminals aren't facing consequences for their crimes. Their frustration at Monday's town hall meeting and why they're upset with the district attorney's office.
There were hefty showers and storms in Texas overnight, but they're a bit on the wimpy side now as they got closer to the KSAT 12 viewing area. Mike will have more on that in just a moment.
Good morning. It's 6:30 on Tuesday, September 12th. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
That's right. Mike is here with a look at some showers and storms that have been fading throughout the entire newscast this morning.
Yeah, it was looking promising earlier this morning, but these things just really, it's like letting the air out of a balloon. They just sort of fizzled on out. This is the live cam over there by the airport looking off to the east and waiting for the sun to come up. It's going to be another 45 minutes roughly. 79 degrees. Now, we do have lower humidity than yesterday. Dew point's down to 66. Yesterday morning, it was right around 72, 73. So it is more comfortable when you step outside this morning. Here's what it looks like on radar right now. And yeah, there's not much out there at all. Now, way out, obviously, in northern Valverde County and up around Ozona. We've got still some of those thunderstorms, but those are even fizzling on out. A little bit closer in, as you can see, right there around Kerrville in Bandera County. It is just Yes, a couple of scattered sprinkly showers, and even those are continuing to die down. Still a few of them left over there in Leakey as well. The hope was that some of those would continue to hold together and work their way in toward Bexar County, but I really even doubt that. Now, if you are heading out 10, you are going to run into some damp roads. We've had a few of these sprinkly showers out there around Kerrville all morning long, so just watch that. But here in town, just doesn't look like anything's going to be holding together throughout the rest of the morning. Mid-upper 70s on average all around the area right now, and mold is on the moderate side. The updated count's going to come out about an hour or so. And throughout the rest of today, we've got those leftover showers northwest. A little more pleasant, even though we are still 7-8 degrees above normal right now. Mid-upper 90s, going for 96 today. A storm is possible. Not very likely at all, and it also looks like we're going to see another one of these rounds of a few showers, thunderstorms late night, early tomorrow morning. Same thing tomorrow, same thing on Thursday. We'll actually have temperatures go up slightly on Thursday. Then the front, which is sort of lying across the area, is going to work its way further to the south. So that's going to be the better chance of rain as that moves on through here. And right now, that's going to be Friday late in the overnight hours into early Saturday. And we'll still have a few leftover showers on Saturday. Plus, lower temperatures by the weekend. All those details just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, what's going on? Been pretty quiet this morning.
Yeah, check this out, Mike. I-10 at Woodlawn. We have a vehicle fire that just came in. Let's get a wider look and take that camera in. We have multiple first responders that are arriving to that scene, but looks like that vehicle is engulfed right now. I'm just updating our team about this. This just popped up on our TransGuide camera. There's no word yet if there was anyone actually inside of that vehicle, but we are working to get some information. I'm going to send an email here pretty shortly. But you can see that this is definitely going to cause an impact with traffic. No word yet, again, if there was anyone inside. This just popped up on our cameras, and we're going to keep a very close eye on it throughout the morning. You can see those flames just looks like they're growing out there. So let's hope everyone's doing okay. We'll watch it closely. We'll find out exactly where this is located, but I have to get on the phone with our friends at TransGuide right now to find out the details. I'll come back with an update here for you in the next few moments.
Stephen, thank you. New details this morning in a story we're following closely as frustrated community members showed up to the District 4 Town Hall meeting last night.
They want to see more progress in getting serious criminals to be held accountable for their crimes.
As our Patty Santos reports, people showed up to be heard.
Much of the frustration during this town hall was really geared towards the district attorney's office. Some people who say they have been able to get the attention of the DA's office showed up here to this town hall to have a face-to-face with the district attorney, Joe Gonzalez himself.
Constant contact with your office, Mr. DA. And not one time throughout that year and a half have we ever received one phone call.
That was Christopher Hernandez. His loved one was murdered in 2022. Now he's demanding answers from the DA on his calls for an update that have not been returned, and no one's been held accountable.
You've been looking into mine for 3 years. Your famous words is, I promise to look into it. 3 years later, I'm still waiting for that call from you.
This was the father of a man killed in 2020 who echoes the same frustration. The St. Rose of Lima Parish Hall was packed. People who wanted to hear from District Attorney Joe Gonzalez and Chief William McManus on why their communities are seeing more violent crimes. Gonzalez was able to answer questions about how the law works and how bail is set. The chief talked about the increase of 100+ officers his department will soon get. Both agreed on one thing. There's been an increase in gun crime since the open carry law was changed in Texas, which no longer requires a permit. Many of those who attended the meeting were glad to be able to have their anger and frustration finally voiced.
I grew up in this community. I have a family here, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same exact way. So I'm really glad we're able to hear and see what solutions they come up with, or at least hear what the community has to say.
They say don't point fingers. I understand that, but let's find out where the fingers should be pointed. And as of now, I haven't heard any answers.
If you were not able to attend this meeting tonight, District 7 will host another one of these town hall meetings on Thursday the 14th from 6 to 7:30. The chief and the DA will both be there. We also have this meeting on KSAT's YouTube channel. For GMSA, I'm Patty Santos.
Thank you, Patty. This morning, a man accused of running a puppy mill is now wanted for animal cruelty. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says 79-year-old Peyton Leon Wyrick was responsible for almost 100 animals seized last month. At the time, Sheriff Javier Salazar said several of the animals found at this home off Kinney Road near I-35 were either dead or about to give birth. Now BCSO believes Wyrick has left the state. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Bexar County Sheriff's Office.
Happening today, big moment for Bexar County Commissioners Court. Leaders will vote on the county's almost $3 billion budget. A public hearing scheduled during the meeting, and then voters will vote. Precinct 4 Commissioner Tommy Calvert spoke up during the final budget hearing yesterday, saying the budget lacks equity. He says each precinct is set to receive over $10 million, no matter how big or small the district is, but some people disagree.
It is a little bit late to kind of blow up the whole process. There's been a lot of work that's been put into this.
I didn't have a sense that it was just this disparate. It could be more than a tweak. It might need a root canal.
And Calvert wants a citizens committee to take a closer look at this budget. We'll keep an eye on this story as it develops today.
San Antonio ISD could close some of its schools next year, but first it wants to hear from you. So the district will host its final public meeting on what it's calling right sizing tonight. So tonight's meeting at Longfellow Middle School starts at 6 p.m. It is the last one before the school board hears the district's proposal next week. Trustees are expected to vote on a final plan in November. You can read more about SAISD's right sizing efforts right now. Just head to our website, ksat.com.
638, 79 degrees.
Okay, I know we've had triple digits and then our first average freeze at the end of November. A small window to plant your fall vegetable garden, but you can do it. And when we come back, we'll tell you how to do so in that small window.
642, I defer to Sarah on all this stuff. And she says it is time for your fall vegetables to get in the ground now before San Antonio gets its first freeze of the season.
I can't believe we're talking about the first freeze. We just ended our triple digits. But so we have a very, very small window to get those fall vegetables in the ground. So that's why in today's Gardening with KSAT, we actually brought in a Texas AgriLife master gardener who showed me how to plant your fall tomatoes and broccoli. Even though we are just barely getting done with these triple-digit temps, it's almost mid-September and we need to get our fall vegetables in the ground ASAP. So I've brought in David Rodriguez, a horticulturist and master gardener with Texas AgriLife Bexar County, to plant fall tomatoes and broccoli in the KSAT garden. So our bed has plenty of compost, and to get these babies growing, David is adding some time-release organic fertilizer.
Now we have enough nutrition to run this race to the end.
It's hard to believe now, but our first average freeze in San Antonio comes around November 30th. It's why David says not to plant these from seed or seedlings. You want to put in bigger transplants. We chose a celebrity variety that produces a medium-sized tomato and a smaller variety, Ruby Crush.
A lot of your local nurseries still have a few plants, so people that are waited late can go ahead and take advantage. But the bigger plants is the key.
Dig your hole as deep as your root ball.
So we want to lightly examine the roots, see how they're a little bit tight. So just lightly loosen them up.
And once in, take off about 2 inches of leaves at the bottom.
If any of these leaves are kind of touching the ground, to minimize potential diseases that are uptaken by the leaves, kind of skirt them up a little bit.
It's not necessary, but it helps. David says to use a 3 to 5 foot cage to avoid a tomato takeover, and it makes it easier come harvest time.
So when it grows and gets bigger, the weight of the fruit, the weight of the plant, the cage will keep it inside.
Next, we planted broccoli. Again, a larger transplant, preparing the hole and roots the same. David says the key is to pick them when the little tree heads come out and are still tight.
It's because you'll see a nice head that's 6 to 8 inches tall, very tight, and it's the primordial flower before it opens up. The flowers are yellow, but we want to catch it when it's tight.
David says we should be ready to harvest these tomatoes hopefully in 60 days, maybe even sooner, with this smaller variety, Ruby Crush, and the broccoli should be ready by Thanksgiving if you plant within the next week or two. Hopefully we can make some caprese salad and broccoli casserole for the newsroom come Thanksgiving. Happy gardening. Oh, another key.
Yes,
Make
ma'am.
sure you water.
Right.
At least water every day for the first week or so. And
Yeah.
then, as it finally gets cooler, Mike Osterhage, as it finally gets cooler, then you can, wean off the water. Every other day, just touch soil, see how it's doing.
So you or someone's out there watering the garden out in front of KSAT every day.
It's usually me or our security guard, Darren, who is also a master gardener.
Very nice. Didn't know that. We need to get Stephen, get an update on that vehicle fire.
Yeah, this has really snarled traffic, guys, as we get a look at TransGuide. Now, the good news is first responders have arrived at the scene, but let's take that camera in. You can see that we at least have 2 right lanes that are blocked. I stepped out of the studio to talk to our friends at TransGuide. It does look like we at least have 2 right lanes blocked, including the shoulder lane. Now, this is along the lower level of I-10 if you're heading westbound, and you can see traffic's pretty much down to 1 lane. We did see massive flames coming from that vehicle a little bit earlier this morning, and it looks like first responders have been able to extinguish that, but no word yet if there was anyone actually inside of that vehicle. We hope everyone's doing okay out there, but traffic is definitely going to see an impact. Let's get you to our map. You see that buildup taking place along I-10 westbound. It's at the lower level just before the Fulton exit. Now, our map hasn't picked up the delay just yet, but some of the reports that I'm actually seeing show that traffic's actually backed up about 3 miles to Brazos. So be on the lookout there. This is a pretty busy area as folks are waking up and getting the commute rolling. And you also still see we have that stalled vehicle. The wide look of the map does show the normal congestion that we're going to start to see around this time. I'm not too concerned about that. Let's pack our patience, but we really have to be careful out here along I-10 westbound. Again, this is just before the Fulton Avenue exit. We have first responders that are out there on the scene, and we did see a lot of flames coming from that vehicle, and I'm wondering if the highway there experienced or was scorched with any damage. In previous situations where we've had fires along the highway, we've seen major closures as crews test the integrity of the roadways. So let's just hope everyone's doing okay. We're going to watch this very closely throughout the morning, and as soon as we have information, we'll let you know.
Big flames earlier. I'm glad it's out now.
Yeah, they were really quick to get that out. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
hope everyone's okay.
So coming out of downtown, take the upper.
I would say take the upper level. We're going to find that solution exactly. But you have to be careful out there for the crews. It's still very dark.
All right, take a look outside. Sun is coming up in roughly a half an hour, and we're already starting to see those beautiful colors out there. A couple of clouds off to the east, and then off to the west, we've got some of this rain. And as this loops through just over the past hour, obviously we still have some of those lightning strikes out there in northern Valverde County up by Ozona. But out ahead of it, this area just continues to sort of fizzle on out. I need to click a button here very quickly on my computer. We had some pretty good showers and storms earlier this morning, but unfortunately, like I said, that just continued to sort of die down. It was looking promising there for a while. Up around Junction, you had some pretty good downpours earlier this morning, but like I said, right now, everything, say, here in Kerrville, it's continuing to just fizzle. That's about it. You're going to run into some damp roads out there if you're going out 10 in toward portions of the hill country. Even a couple of these showers there around Lakey, Concan area. Just some light rain here and there. Enough to keep the dust down. Basically, that's about it. And again, this will continue to die down as the morning rolls on. By the way, there is an ozone action day in effect for the metropolitan area. We're not going to have too much of a breeze out there, so the atmosphere of the air is going to be kind of stagnant. Temperatures in the 70s. Those leftover showers this morning, we make it up to 88 at noon, 90 at 1 o'clock. Normal high is 91, so we'll hit that in the early afternoon hours. We will make it up to 96, still 5 above normal, but boy, a whole lot better than what we had over the weekend and especially late last week. 20% chance to see another shower, thunderstorm or two. Not a great shot at it. About the same situation tomorrow and Thursday. Tonight, there may actually be another one of these clusters. A couple of computer models are trying to show that. Now, going into the weekend, the front that we've been talking about is sort of lying across the area. It's going to start to work its way. It's going to get a bit of a push, and it's going to start to work its way through here then Friday night into the overnight hours. Now, the exact timing of it, this particular computer model has it moving through a little bit earlier on in the evening. There's another model that has it a little bit later on. So over the next couple of days, we'll be able to pinpoint this better as to whether it's going to have any impact on your Friday night football games. We'll still have a few leftover showers hanging around here then on Saturday. Again, the broad brush long range model, but At least there will be some of this rain around here, and then that's going to taper off by Sunday. Today, 96, 94 tomorrow, and then we get this little peak in temperatures again on Thursday. They do tend to spike somewhat up to 97. Mid-90s on Friday. Better chance of rain late Friday, overnight Saturday, still a few leftover showers, and 92s over the weekend.
Love seeing those 90s.
Yes, and hopefully we all get some decent rain coming in here, especially this weekend, because then next week, as of right now, is looking a little dry again.
Thank you, Mike.
650, 78 degrees.
Beautiful sunrise. You can see
Yeah.
in the distance there at 6:50. We're at 78 degrees right now. Hey, we'll have a final look at traffic and weather when we come back.
Coming up today on GMSA at 9, we're not necessarily celebrating Taco Tuesday, but we are highlighting Tiny Book Tuesday.
Love that. Later this morning, Tiffany Huertas is going to be at UTSA, where they are showcasing some really unique books. She'll share the history behind the books today on GMSA at 9. And right now on KSAT.com, Schlitterbahn was named the world's best water park for 25 years now in a row. The publication Amusement Today reviews theme parks around the world and held their Golden Ticket Awards ceremony at Dollywood.
Schlitterbahn is the only Texas theme park to win in its category, remaining undefeated. According to Amusement Today, since 1998. You can read more about the water park and what's next for its future right now on KSAT.com.
All right, Stephen, you got your hands full over there in the traffic department.
And it couldn't come at a worse time. A lot more folks are waking up. We have a shot at I-10 at Woodlawn, and it's not the only issue I'm keeping a close eye on, but we'll take that camera in and leave it with this shot that we see here. You see multiple first responders have been out there on the scene. We have 2 right lanes blocked there at the lower level. If you are heading westbound along I-10, you will see some delays. Traffic down to 1 lane following this vehicle fire that was reported earlier this morning. We did see massive flames coming from that area, and it's unclear if anyone was actually inside. We always hope everyone is okay and safe and that there are no injuries, but we have to find out if police are actually investigating anything more serious. But you did see some flames out there earlier, so it's no word yet also of how much damage it caused to the structure there along I-10. But it's there again at the lower level before Fulton Avenue. Earlier, suggested taking the upper level, but I would just say avoid this area if you can. Not the only issue I'm tracking, as I mentioned. We do have a new crash at 35 southbound near Loop 1604, not far from Live Oak. Our morning commute was quiet, but it's now off to a troubling start. We'll keep a close eye on things, Mike, as the morning commute does get moving here.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, looking off to the east, a few wispy clouds out there. Nice looking sunrise in store. Sun's going to be coming up over the horizon about 20 minutes or so. We still have some of those thunderstorms way out to the west. However, in the hill country, it's just continued to fizzle on out over the course of the past couple of hours. 79 degrees in town, low 70s hill country. We make it up to 96 later on today. A shower or storm is possible, not likely. Pretty much same thing the next couple of days. Better rain chances, though, Friday and especially Friday night, and low 90s over the weekend.
Thank you, Mike.
I would be one to bet that Aaron Rodgers' injury on Monday Night Football is going to be big news next on Good Morning America.
See you guys back here at GMSA at 9.